Okay, I'm now in a fairly unusual location for an interview. We're in the brand new BMW motor car of Alistair Brownlee, who's to my left, our multiple triathlon world champion. This is a new gift that Alistair's had for a sponsorship with BMW this week, so you must be pretty chuffed to be in this car. Alistair, tell us a little bit about it and what the deal is with BMW. Yeah,
I signed a deal with BMW late last year, and it's to last for 2 years. It's a fantastic, 2012 sponsor to be involved with. They sponsor quite a few athletes, including my brother Johnny as well. And yeah, part of the deal is I get a car for the next 2 years, which is absolutely brilliant.
And as you may be able to see in the background, we do have a little bit of snow here today in Leeds. We're at a GE masterclass that Alistair and his brother Johnny, along with Helen Jenkins, are running for some competition winners from the GE Facebook page, and despite being a champion triathlete, it didn't stop us noticing a parking ticket on the front of the screen as we got into the car, but we won't mention that. So Alistair, 2011, we're now coming into Olympic qualification starts this year. Does that make the whole year suddenly start to feel that every year is important, but that puts an extra emphasis on what lies ahead, and because you could hopefully get your qualification for the Olympics out of the way, all being well this season?
Yeah, definitely. The Olympics is getting closer and closer, almost every day at the moment, and it feels it, and especially getting asked about it almost every day as well. It really does kind of increase the tension, the excitement about it. But yeah, qualification is the first big step, and that's coming up this year. I think it's in everyone's minds, and with 2 races in London and Beijing where you can basically qualify yourself for next year, that leaves a massive opportunity to hopefully get that out of the way and be ready for the Olympics, so you can just prepare for that one race rather than have to worry about qualification in 2012.
So clearly they've got those 2 opportunities. Are they really almost exclusively your focus for this year? And if you could qualify and do nothing else, would that represent a good year for you for this year?
I don't know, I'd probably be a little bit disappointed if I only qualified with a 3rd at London or something. But given my last couple of years, but yeah, qualification is what this year is all about. And yeah, I mean, they are definitely my biggest focuses this year. They're the 2 races I want to do well in, but I think even if they weren't qualifiers, there would be the 2 races I want to do well in. Anyway, they're the 2 races I've focused for the last couple of years as well. So
yeah, and obviously one of the 2010, one of the big aims that you had, one of the championships you hadn't won was the European Championships, and you managed to win that for the first time in Athlone. And having watched most of your races for the last 4 or 5 years, that looked from the outside to be possibly one of your best races, and maybe the best day you've had so far. Would that be how you would assess that performance? Because you completely dominated from the start, and were walking across the line basically high-fiving the crowds. Was that sort of the best that you performed?
Definitely, yeah, I think that's the best race I've ever had. I think I was in the best kind of shape I've ever been in, and then going to London I was in even better shape, but it just didn't come together. But yeah, Athlone is one of those days where everything was great. Felt great on the swim, felt great on the bike. I knew the guys I was riding with, they were getting weaker as I was feeling stronger, and on the run, I felt just absolutely brilliant, really. And yeah, unfortunately those days don't happen very much, but yeah, that's definitely the closest I've been so far to almost a perfect race. Yeah.
And how are you at the moment, injury-wise? I mean, we can't see from the film. We've got a little bit of a protective thing on around your ankle at the moment. Is that anything we should be too concerned about, or is that a bit of security against some current niggles?
Yeah, well, I've had a bit of a dodgy ankle that's been coming on and off, and yeah, I've had a boot on it for the last week, and hopefully it's alright and healed now. I had a scan on it the other day, which is looking good. So the boot comes off tomorrow, and then hopefully I can crack on with some training after that. Yeah.
And are you going overseas for any training? Obviously it's been pretty cold in the UK. I know you went to Lanzarote before Christmas. Any more plans to get away, and where it's a little bit more conducive to getting out on the bike and onto the road and putting some miles in?
Yeah, I'm planning to go to Tenerife in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks today actually, for about a couple of weeks. Yeah, just to get out in the shorts and t-shirts really, and getting some good miles in a different environment.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's Alistair Brownlee, everyone. We'll be following Alistair along with everybody else's progress through this season. Hopefully we'll have some Olympic qualifiers by the end of the year, and we'll bring you all the latest updates on Tri 24/7 all through the season.